Hey guys, it's Charles. This video is going to be a kind of vlog post, I should say, style kind of video. No edits. I'm just going to talk about a couple things that I've been viewing on Facebook and talking about with people in person about my mobile application. So let's talk about some use cases. So how exactly you would use the application. Um, what are the strengths of the application, and who's it available to? So the application was built because not everybody in America, when they call the police, can be located with their cellular device. So an example of that is if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I'm lost and I'm in need, whether it be for any situation, I'm hurt, I need help, I've been robbed, etc., and I tell the operator, I don't know where I'm at. Sometimes they may not be able to find you. And this is because of a lack of funding, a lack of technology on their side. And it's really unfortunate because we live in a first world country. We live in the good old United States, and this isn't a priority in our country. So my solution was to use technology. Technology is available to your phone. So your GPS receiver, your GPS sensor, mobile data connections, all of it, and combine them in an effort to pinpoint you and get accurate GPS coordinates to the best of my ability. Now, I've had great use cases where it is so accurate, it's super fast. I've also had cases where, it's not, it's not as fast as I want it to be, which means it took more than 3 seconds to load. And it's not as accurate as I would want it to be, which means it's more than a car length away. I know, I'm so picky. But, unfortunately, there are a lot of environmental factors I cannot control. And there are hardware factors, such as the phone, that I cannot control. So I made a very generic, easy-to-use system that will work on most phones. And that's the goal, because I want my application to ideally be on everybody's phone, so that, God forbid, if they ever had to use it, they're going to be found. So there's the philosophy. I know I've made some videos on how my app works, and I go into great detail about it. You can find these videos on my YouTube channel, but I will give a brief overview of how the app works specifically. So, and I guess I'll do this in an example with the use case scenario. So, me personally, I'm going to be living in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania in a couple of months. I'm transferring to Bucknell University. When I'm at this new school in this new town, I'm not going to know any of the streets. I'm not going to know any of the places for a good while. In addition to that, Williamsport's right down the road, and Bloomsburg University is only a half an hour away. So if I decided to go there, right, and God forbid I got into a situation where I had to call the police, and it can happen, for all I know, when the operator asks me where I'm at, there's a good chance I'm not going to know where I'm at. If I'm in good old Douglasville, of course I know where I'm at. But if I'm in a new, unfamiliar place, it's not going to happen. So how does my app solve that problem? Well, it's going to give me GPS coordinates that I can verbally communicate, and that's all right. That's more useful for putting into a map. But I have a reverse geocoder tool, and I can verbally just open my app and I say, hey, this is my address. This is my best approximate address, and that's so powerful. And when you open my application, that starts loading within seconds. So I can use that tool. Now, if I want pinpoint accuracy, the most accuracy, know exactly where I'm at, I can tell the operator to visit my website, 911pinpoint.com, and all they have to do is enter in my phone number that I'm calling from, exactly in the format that I specified on the website, and they will get a GPS coordinate returned, the same one that's displayed on your phone, as well as a link to Google Maps. And they can then use that information to help coordinate first responders and whoever may need to arrive in a situation. Now, that whole process goes into a little about whether or not the app is public. And I was kind of surprised to see this question. Of course, my application is public, and it's available right now in the Google Play Store. You can go ahead and download it. It's 911 Pinpoint. Um, as a matter of fact, the website is public too. And the reason that it's public is because I strongly believe that in order to save lives and make a difference, I had to create a software solution that is easy, simple, and effective. And I don't think it gets any more simpler than my application. All you do is you open it, you call 911. Everything else is taken care of for you. As soon as you open the application, it starts uploading data to my server. As soon as it's done uploading data to the server, you can then delete it for good. So I make it very, very easy to create and delete data. There is no if, ands, or buts with that. I believe very strongly, and this is expressed 100% in other videos and documentation that I've released for my app, that all users control their data 100%. And if for whatever reason there's a conflict with that, they can always contact me using any medium and I will address it immediately. I believe that for my application to be successful, it should be this way. And it should be literally that easy and that simple to use. So that's all I'm really going to say about that. I had somebody today ask me if I knew whether or not they used my app. She's like, "Oh, I haven't updated to the latest version, but I opened it yesterday just to use it." No, I cannot, and this comes back to a lot of the data and the can't even say it, ambiguity. I think that's how you say it, of this whole project. I don't collect your data, and I'm not selling your data. As a matter of fact, the only money, and I haven't made any money yet, that I could potentially make is off of the ad that's in it, and that's strictly to pay for the back-end service, aka the website, because that's not free, and that's it. I mean, I really do mean it when I say it. You control the data, and I make it an effort to make sure that there's actually no data stored on my service whatsoever. I go in there 3 or 4 times a day and make sure there's nothing in there. And I can actually reach out to people and say, because it's storing your phone number. I'm like, hey, I'm the admin of 911 Pinpoint. I noticed that your data is on my server. Would you like me to delete it for you, or was there an error deleting it? I'll reach out to you and I'll make sure that you want it gone. That's my job. Now, if I have millions of users, that's going to be kind of hard to do that. But for now, I don't even know. It's still too new on the Play Store. It doesn't tell me how many installs I have because I know a bunch of people who have it, but it only says I have 1 installed. I know that's not true because I know there's more people in my own household that have installed that, so including myself. So there's that. I mean, I guess to really answer the question, I can see the spike in server usage, but I cannot see individual users. I will never know if you're using the app specifically unless I'm looking for numbers, and even then, I don't know whose number's who. If it does appear and I'm looking at it at the right time, but that's that. I think that's it. I think that's all the things I've observed so far. If you're looking to help with the project for any way, I mean, the best way you could do is download, install it, verify that everything works and runs as it should, and just obviously spreading the word. My mission is just to simply save lives. 10,000 people die a year when they call the police and they don't know where they're at. And it could be you. I can tell you, like, when I was a younger man, I've had to call the police, and even as a kid, like, when you're 12 years old and call the police, you don't know where you're at. You don't know what street names are. At least I didn't. So having an application like that's huge because a mobile operator, not a mobile operator, a dispatcher can take care of that all for you if you simply explain to them you're using this website and service. And even if they cannot view it, you could always verbally translate the information to them, and that should be sufficient for you to be found. Oh, one more. That brings me to the last thing I want to talk about. Some people say, why is my app so basic, or why is it so simple? And I think I kind of explained this already, but I'm just addressing this directly. It is that way because all I want you to do is open my app first and call the police, because that's what you need to do every single time. If you're in an emergency situation, you need to call the police. That's it. You need to get first responders there as quickly as possible. The goal of my app is that if for whatever reason you don't know where you're at, my app's there to save you. Okay? So at this point, I'm not going to play with any advanced features for the first version. I am thinking about adding more features into the future if people want them. If you're interested in seeing new features or would like new features, reach out to me and make a suggestion. I'll talk with you either with whatever medium you would like, and we'll talk. I think if I had to make a feature right now, one of the things people want to see is a Google map appear, and I think that's totally feasible. It can be done. It's just I have to. The only thing that has to remain the same, in my opinion, is the speed at which the app opens. If I can keep that super fast, then everything else shouldn't be a problem, because I don't want to overload the app with features and have it take 30 seconds to open up, like insert major apps here. I'm not going to say their names. That defeats the purpose. Seconds matter in an emergency situation. But I'm rambling at this point. Again, if you guys get any question, comments, concerns, ideas, whatever it may be, hit me up on Facebook. You can email me through my official email. You can, if you got my number, you can text me, call me. If you got my Instagram, you can message me. It doesn't matter. I appreciate you watching this video, and have a great day.